Introducing We're All Just Faking It, a periodic women-led podcast focused on navigating life's general challenges. Listen in on how we and our communities have learned to overcome and adapt to a variety of relatable situations. Welcome to We're All Just Faking It podcast. This is episode 5 titled Reflections and Resolutions. Today we have Blaze, Braylon, Dana, Steph and myself, Ali. So how about we start with a quick reflections? Does anyone have any reflections on 2021?
I mean, just throwing it out there. Happy New Year!
Yes.
I love that the human race celebrates 365 days around the sun.
I have a reflection for 2021. I was making like a little Twitch recap thing for TikTok, and I was amazed at how much like being on social media, specifically Twitch and TikTok this year, like helped me grow as a person. It was pretty wild to see. And I just thought that was really interesting, a different way to look at social media, like as a content creator. It definitely helped me in numerous ways, and I thought that was pretty cool.
I can't wait for this upcoming year for that reason, because I have a better log of like what's going on. So it'll be fun to look back at the end of this year. So it's not really a reflection of last year, but I'm excited. So
Same. Since our like talk in the supporters chat, and I was like, I'm really excited for all the like things I'm implementing in my Twitch channel and stuff. So I'm really excited to see like the growth from that in myself and my streams.
Same.
Heck yeah. I feel like 2021 was like the test run after 2020 when we all realized just how fucking miserable we are and that we can change things. And then we started to change things in 2021 and we're like, no stopping me now.
It's like,
yeah.
2020 was like the death of things, right? It was like, I feel like as a culture, I think in the past like 3 years as a society, I mean, we're like rebirthing like a phoenix, and like right at this time right now, we're like a little baby phoenix that just like came out of the ashes, and we're like, all right, I'm ready to spread my wings and see where this year's gonna take me.
I feel that in such a big way as well, because like the end of 2020 I got out of a really abusive relationship, and I've just been spending 2021 rediscovering who I am, and also like healing and just trying to like be more intuitive with my body. Yeah, exactly. And I definitely think for me 2021 has been a year of healing and growth, and I'm looking forward to seeing what next year has in store for that.
Yeah, I feel
next
exactly
year or
the same.
This year?
This year. Oh yeah, this year. Sorry. Only 2 days in.
I love that TikTok filter where it like does the spin wheel for what your 2022 is gonna be like, and it's like just better wait it out till 2023. I was like, nah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, mine did not say that.
Mine said more of the same.
Oof.
I haven't done it
yet. I'm okay
yet.
with that. Hey, more of the same. I'm on a good trajectory for myself, getting back into art. My big reflection, it's not really even a reflection of the year, because it's like we had like our little questionnaire, you know, like was it a good year or a bad year? And like honestly, it was a fuck this shit year.
It was both.
I had a garbage, toxic, micromanaged, awful job, and I was like, I felt so insecure about myself and my abilities and just like the skill set that I bring to the table. And landing a job that freaking associate director of marketing, like, let's fucking go. Are you kidding me? Like, I know what I'm doing, and it just kind of reinforced that even with like my art stuff, I put so much stock into like the planning of it, I kind of forget to just do it. Just do. So that's like my goal. Not really my goal, but like that's my new mantra. Just get it done. Stop worrying about planning it so much and just execute it. You can always fix it later. Just do it. Start doing the stuff. Do the things.
We need to trade a little bit, because I do not plan anything ever. Like literally, if I plan something, one time I planned like 2 TikTok series, and I recorded all the footage and I just never did anything with it. Like if I plan, it becomes like a to-do list, and then I'm like, nope, not doing that. So I just have to do it. So we need to like exchange some energy here. I'll take some of your planning, and I'll just give you the ability to not plan ever, and we'll be fine.
I like that. I'm learning how to wing it because like I get frustrated. You know, I do 8-hour streams on Saturdays for crafting, and it's like sometimes the artwork just isn't jiving with what, you know, my brain's doing. Like the brain wants to do the art, but the hands are like, I don't know how to. And I think that's not really an answer. It's I started treating extracurriculars like work. You get the proper plan of execution, and then you just do it. But like working now in an executive function, it's a high level. You go high level because you already know what the granular is. You've been doing it for so long. That
sounds literally awful. You workified your hobbies. What?
Workify everything. I have to have a schedule for cleaning my house or it doesn't get done. Like that's always been a problem for me. Either I excel at work or I excel at home and I keep my home life together, but there has to be a happy medium. So I started implementing like to-do lists and routines and execution goals for like home life. It's the only way I can keep shit together.
What were you going to say, Blaze?
Oh, I was going to say, I feel like this past year has set me up for probably a way better year because like I started off last year hating my job, was really frustrated that I wasn't really getting stuff to do. I was just kind of sitting there going throughout my day doing nothing. And near the end of it, I got put on the new team. I have a lot more responsibilities. Like starting Monday or tomorrow, we have a new person starting. And he's above me, but I'm going to be the one training him. So, yeah, the reason why is because it's a way to teach myself as well as him.
Oh, I like
as
that.
to what we're doing.
That's
so
cool.
My boss is like, you and I will both train him, basically.
Oh, that's nice. Less bonding.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like that. I like that a lot. I can definitely say throughout 2021, something that drastically changed in my life is like friendships have always been very hard to maintain. And I've never really been able, like internet friends are there, but they come and go and it's very fleety and everyone has like their own life and you never really actually get to know people. That changed drastically.
I was going to say, wait a second. That's not your situation at all anymore.
Not at all. So drastically. Like now I have like legitimate friends that like you might not live next to me, but like we get to know each other and we chit chat and we check in with one another. And you have COVID. You stay over there. I don't know.
I was going to say, some of us live kind of next door. Some of us live way far away.
I swear to God, man, I've gone 2 years without getting COVID. If I get it now, I'm going to be big mad.
That's how I felt. So, cross your fingers. Don't go on an airplane, friends.
I went to a music festival the other night. I mean, it was outdoor, and like I think I was one of like 6 people in the entire festival wearing a mask. And I'm like,
oh my
gosh,
disappointing. Allie, do you have any? What were we saying? Reflections. Thank you.
It's okay.
I mean, 2021 for me was quite busy. I was basically in a new job whilst also working my other job. And then during the summer, I then worked another job. So yeah, I tried to keep myself busy. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I didn't really think about last year because it was all like went quite quickly.
Yeah, this past year flew by for me. Definitely the month of December, I was like, wait, it's Christmas now?
I don't wear, and it's like I feel like every year goes quickly. I feel like 2021 specifically went like quick because like before I blinked and it was my birthday, and my birthday's in August. Blinked again, it's the new year, and it's like, can we fucking not? I also read though that has to do with the older that you get, the faster time goes, because it's like relative to the number of years that you lived versus the number of years that you have ahead of you. not the best, like as far, when you're like 15 and you're waiting to be 18. Like, no. You never understood when adults are like, don't be so quick to grow up. And it's like, you don't understand. I'm oppressed. And you're controlled. Every aspect of your life is basically controlled when you're underage. But it's like, then you're an adult and you're responsible for everything. So
does anybody have anything differently they're going to change in 2022?
Just definitely doing the things that I think about so much. Like, I wish thinking about working out actually did anything, because I think about working out a lot. And now it's just like, even if it's 5 minutes, like if you're thinking about it, obviously you have time to do it. Like if you're watching TV, or even if you're playing Animal Crossing, like there's nothing stopping me from getting on that damn bike when I'm playing Animal Crossing and just playing Animal Crossing and just biking for a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be a dedicated workout. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just turn your resistance up and just clock 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I do. I watch TV while I'm on my bike, because I'm like, well, I'd be watching it anyway.
I have learned for myself that if I am going to get benefit out of movement, it has to get me to the point of exhaustion. So I do short bursts of really intense exercise, and then I'm good for the whole day. And I want to continue that in 2022. During the holidays, I kind of slacked a little bit, as we all do. I think you get busier, it gets colder, it gets harder. But I don't have like a set goal of how many times per week or anything, because weeks change and sometimes your mental health suffers and what have you. But my goal is to just be consistent with my body movements, whatever that means, as I go through the year.
Yeah, I would say this year I've definitely put myself out there a bit more than I normally would. Like with Twitter, finding you, Braylon, and then like creating a Twitch channel, and then like just making friends with all of you. I don't think if I had carried on the way that I was in 2020, I don't think I would have been where I am now in 2022 with all of you guys talking on a podcast.
Was that all this year, Dana, that you started streaming?
Yeah. Well, wow. The end of 2020, but like, yeah.
That's what a wild year.
It has been like crazy. Like, some people left my life and some like crazy fucking wonderful people entered it.
You know what they say, as one door closes, a whole bunch of new awesome ones open.
Yes.
That's completely how I feel like this year went.
I find it amazing that the quicker and more like strict you are with allowing who is allowed to have access to you, like the quicker peace comes. And it brings me such comfort when it's like my biggest fuck you to people is like, you just don't get access to me. And if that doesn't bother you, good for you. But I have peace in my daily life knowing that you don't have access to me. And it's like,
I'm a Sagittarius. Amazing. I cut people off without problem anytime that I need to. I'm just like, goodbye, no remorse. And I will literally never talk to you again and not think of you ever again.
I've done that so much.
I'm just like, bye, later. All right.
I'm the opposite. I struggle majorly cutting people off. Yes, like
well,
I don't do it easily.
That energy, and I will block them for you.
If someone's super toxic, I can. But I don't know. There's some people in my life that there's this like soft spot where it's really hard.
I think if you push me to the point where I'm thinking about like never talking to you again, then you're a shitty person. So why would I want you in my life? Like, if you are that person that keeps pushing boundaries and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, then you're toxic. And honestly, I think that kind of energy needs to stay in 2021. Let's get rid of it. Let's start 2022 with less toxic people in our lives.
See that toxic person? We're walking the other way.
I love that.
I love mantras like that, because then like they pop up in your head and you're like, oh yeah, walk the other way.
I think one of the main things that I want to do differently this upcoming year is spending more time with my IRL friends who have moved to other states now. Because I realized, like, when I saw my best friend the other weekend, I was like, I haven't seen you since last Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I probably could have visited her, but our schedules are just weird. She works a lot, doesn't have many days off. I have a lot of days off though, so I
Even
could
Zoom
figure it
calls,
out.
FaceTimes. Do you ever
Yeah.
just randomly FaceTime your friend that doesn't live here? Because I almost guarantee they'll pick up.
I'm definitely trying to encourage my friends towards video chats, like, because they're always like so busy with their schedules and I don't really have as much going on. And I just feel like a video call is much easier to schedule than like having to get ready, go out, drive to the place, eat, go home. It's the whole thing. So I'm trying to be like, hey guys, this would be easier for us. Like, this is more chill.
If someone cancels, you're just at home.
It doesn't
exactly.
You didn't have to go anywhere. I think
it's frustrating.
My biggest resolution for 2022 is to meditate. I don't know what that looks like yet. I haven't sat down and planned anything. But that's my big one, is to meditate.
My big one is to work consistently to get news every day. So just like keep getting nutrition, exercise, water, sleep, just keep working on those core ones as my main goal. And then I'm hoping that other things will fall into place around that.
I think that's a phenomenal goal. Other things will fall into place for sure. That'll happen without a doubt. So that's a great one, Dana.
I think it's like the smallest little things that you can do to help yourself often have like the biggest influence on
well, that's just like
else.
Setting yourself up for success, because that's like your baseline, your foundation for everything else. Like if you got your news solid, everything else will come so much easier.
Yeah,
definitely. And I think it also coincides with like the preventative self-care. If you're getting at least those 4 things, you're then working towards that self-care before you actually go to emergency self-care.
Exactly. Yeah. It's super preventative.
I'm looking at my resolutions and I kind of want to turn these into bite-sized smaller pieces, like almost turn them into quarterly goals. But it's like I remember you I think it was Braylon, you were saying like goals, you just, once you set a goal, just forget it. It doesn't happen. I'm not really that way, but like I forget about it. So like my ADHD kind of kicks in and it's like that object permanence. Like I wanted to start
like print them
pages.
Yeah, you need to write them down. Hang it out.
I forget to do the morning pages.
Keep your journal visible always if you want to do morning pages. Like, you have to
and tell like other people, your friends, about it, like, because they can also hold you accountable like we can. So that's something to think about as well.
I
set an alarm on your phone.
I did. Pages. My morning alarm says good morning pages, pack your bag for work.
There you go.
Have a different alarm set for the days that I'm home and the different alarm set for the days that I'm at work, like in the office. And
being ADHD just means that we have to have a whole lot of different systems and processes in place so that we don't fall to our shortcomings.
Yeah.
I'm being forgiving with myself though. Like, if I forget or if I wake up late or I hit snooze too many times and I don't get morning pages done in the morning, as soon as I hit my desk at work, I'll sit down, I'll set my 2-minute timer and I'll do my morning pages. It's like,
there you go.
I'm not going to get in trouble for taking 2 minutes to just write something down, I
think that's important though. Like with all goals, you need to, if you don't do it one day, you need to be forgiving, because if you are just like completely horrible to yourself every time you fail a goal, it's not going to work. You're not going to get that goal done, because what's the reward,
You can't just let it spiral out either.
Right. Yeah. And you can't just quit because you missed the one. So it's like, I hate the analogy. I need to find a better analogy, but I'm kind of like training myself like a dog, right?
Yeah.
Your dog's not going to know how to speak the first time that you tell him. Like, you have to work at it and you have to continue doing it.
Also, people who have ADHD often struggle with like either doing things 0 or 100. Like we have no in between. Like we're either going to go all in or we're not going to do it at all. So that's like a habit. I I've been really trying to work on that and reminding myself, like, it doesn't matter if I don't step on my Peloton bike for a month. That doesn't mean I don't have to step on it for the next 6 months. Like, just get on again, just start again. Like, just because you stop doing something for 2 weeks doesn't mean you quit. But in our little brains, we're like, oh no, I quit that. It's like, no, you took a break. That's fine. It's probably what you needed if that's what happened. Just start again. Get back on the horse.
I had no idea that was an ADHD thing.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that was a me thing.
No.
I am so 0 to 100. Like, I refuse to start a work project unless I know that I have like a stopping point. Like, I built in those. Same thing with art. I'm not getting into a project that's going to take me 6 months to complete. I mean, I have, and it's still very much undone.
But it is something for sure you can work on. Like, you just have to notice it and start reminding yourself. Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And we'll see next year where I'm at with that.
I think another way to help yourself with your goals is to set times to check in on those goals.
Oh,
maybe
that's really
quarterly
smart.
Or monthly, weekly, whatever it might be.
Quarterly, there is some science about people after 90 days lose motivation. And that's why a lot of businesses will do like quarterly planning and stuff like that. It's because it's kind of proven that after 90 days, humans, our motivation just like flatlines. So I think quarterly would be a great thing to do to check in with yourself.
I think a lot of those business processes that they have are there for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think they can be put into your everyday normal life.
Yeah.
That's
my
what
parents
I mean,
have
turning like home life into work. So it's like I set my quarterly goals and the monthly check-ins.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why these businesses have adopted it. It's because it's
psychology.
Works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents have quarterly meetings and weekly meetings just for their life. Like, what are our goals as a family and what are our goals as parents? And then they like sit down and have legit all day meetings where they plan out all their like next steps.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I hate it. I tell them that they're absolutely bonkers and I will never be doing that. But great for them. I hope that they love it. They're both.
I think if it works,
that have
it
a
works.
Template we can use?
They use EOS. It's called Entrepreneurial Operating Systems. So they that's what they do for their life because they're
That's
very
so
extra. They're both entrepreneurs, so it makes a lot of sense. And all of their children are like, you guys are out of control.
I know, like, my parents did something a lot milder, but every night they would, like, walk together or exercise together, and that was their time to kind of, like, talk about things and go through stuff like that, I guess
That
you would say.
Seems a lot more normal and, like, healthy and not like the mind of two crazy people.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't blame them.
EOS has a mobile app, a toolbox, an organizational checkup. Braylon, what have you done?
It's for businesses. We use it for our business too. It works great. You should try to get your business using it. It will save your life.
This is amazing.
Allie, do you have any resolutions for 2022?
I think one of my main ones is basically just continuing from like the past 3-4 years, because I'm quite a picky eater, fussy eater, however you put it. And I don't like, I always keep to safe foods. So I'm trying to try new things. So like the past few months I've tried fajitas.
I love fajitas.
The past couple of weeks I've had like this risotto, I think it's called.
I love risotto.
Oh,
yes. I've tried sweet potato.
Not a fan of sweet potato.
So yeah, I'm getting there, and I'm just continuing the same goal over.
I think there's nothing wrong with keeping a goal going.
Yeah, I was gonna say easy, but I meant like that's a really like attainable goal. Like it's something you can see progress on, and like it's probably rewarding when you do try a new thing and you like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm doing for this upcoming year. Like, most of my goals are just a continuation of stuff that I'm already doing. It's just to, like, keep doing them.
That's basically what mine are, because my other one is literally just to pass my degree.
Yay.
Whether that's gonna happen and what I'm gonna get, but yeah,
it is gonna happen.
Exactly.
It is gonna happen.
It is. Does anybody have any resolutions or anything specifically for like content creation?
Yes, I have a lot.
No,
You want to share
I
them?
so
decided
many.
not to.
Let me
I just thought it
relook
put
at
too
my
much
tweet.
pressure on myself.
It's kind of how I am, Dana. I don't like set content creation goals, but I just am like, I'm just gonna work hard and keep doing what I'm doing, and we'll see where I end up.
Definitely.
Most of my goals are just progressing, like basically getting more followers on like Twitter, all the other social media platforms, getting more followers on Twitch, more listeners for the podcast, stuff like that. So it's not very like specific, it's kind of vague because I don't want to put a number to it because
it's too
anything
hard
can
to put
happen.
a number to anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, like, and then you'd feel bad even if you worked really hard, but you didn't hit that maybe unachievable number. You're gonna feel bummed and like discount all that hard work that you did.
Especially as you're like relying on other people as well to get you to your goal. Like,
and
it's
social
hard.
media is so volatile. Like, you literally have no idea what could happen. Your account could get banned. Like, anything could happen. Instagram could just be like, we're gone now. And it's like, cool. There goes my goals. Like,
yeah.
I started with a whole list of goals for 2022, and then I kind of realized, like, first and foremost, I don't get paid for this, so it's really hard for me to kind of stomach the amount of time and effort that I put into it. So I narrowed it down to one goal, and that's put out more content. That's my only goal.
Yeah.
So it's like, take your streams, and my only like commitment for the entire year of 2022 is to take my streams, break them down into Instagrams, TikTok ideas. I want to start a YouTube channel, just putting out content because it'll grow organically, and every platform grows different. So it's like really kind of learning the ins and outs of each one. That's it. Like, I've got like my little goals, like my next sub goal to like 50 sub channel or whatever, sub points, so I can get the next emote. I've got like my 550 follower goal, but it's like on a quarterly basis. If we hit it, we hit it. If we don't, we don't. People follow and unfollow all the time.
That's kind of what Reagan and I were doing this past week. It was like, we just got to this point where Reagan was like, I'm going to start editing the videos. I was like, do it. I've been asking
like,
you
hello?
for months. I was like, you're a much better editor than I am. Please. And so he finally started to. I was like, thank you. So our only goal is really to just put out content.
I'm glad Reagan's not the kind of person that when you're like, I've been asking you to do that for months, he's like, not interested anymore.
Yeah.
That would be a child. Would not be the type of person I would want to be with.
You know, honestly, I get that way sometimes. Like, I was going to do it until you told me to.
That's how my mom is.
Resolution for you, Steph. Work on my stubbornness when someone asks me to do something.
Why can't you do it? You have legs.
I think, too, I'm going to remind myself, because, like, in 2021, towards the beginning and, like, really the whole year except maybe the last, like, 3 months, I was going hard in the paint at content, and I got a little bit burnt out, and my mental health started to suffer, and I, like, didn't take a break until it was, like, far too long, and I just, like, kept making content, and I think I need to realize that, like, sometimes it's fine if you take a break. Your social media is still going to be there chilling. If you need to not post for a month, then that's what you need to do, and that's okay too, because trying to make content when your mental health is suffering is awful. It's a nightmare. It's not fun to show up when you feel terrible. So
yeah,
you gotta know your limits and be kind to yourself.
I definitely learned
that boils down
that this year, how to recognize when I'm not having fun and then just take a break.
I felt like this year was like that for a lot of content creators.
Yeah.
They finally realized, oh, I'm getting way too burnt out. I need to take a break.
if it stops becoming fun, like that's
It
the
should
only
be
reason
fun.
I do content at all, like, is because it's fun. It's all fun. Like, it's a blast. If it stops becoming fun, take a break. And when you are ready again, it will be fun. Like,
I used to be like, once my crafting started to feel like work and started to feel like grinding, I'd immediately lose interest. But now I've kind of shifted it where it's like, well, you know, you have to get through this small rough patch in order to chase the serotonin at the end of having a completed project. So I don't know if you guys like watched my stream or checked in like yesterday. I don't have the painting next to me. Holy shit, that painting was rough in the beginning. It was rough. And I was like, no, we can make this work. It's fine. And if it ends up being a disaster at the end, like, that's okay. Like, the first time you do it, it's going to suck anyway. Like, you got to expect that. Just persevering through it until you get that final serotonin for it. That's been helping. That's been helping a little bit.
That's kind of why art is so hard for me. I find it really hard because you have to trust the process, and I don't.
maybe Sims building will help you get better at that, because that's how I feel about building in The Sims. I'm like,
Sims building
trust the process with this. Like, this looks funky right now, but you just wait. Don't delete it. Keep trying.
All the new Animal Crossing updates have kind of ruined Sims 4 for me, guys. Like, I need BB move objects in Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
It's so infuriating. Like, what do you mean
it's the worst.
What do you mean the counters fucking line up?
Yeah. If you play both of those, going back and forth will just make you furious.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm kind of on a salty hiatus from Sims 4. After I dropped all that money in October and literally didn't stream, like, I streamed one Sims session that entire month. I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm so done with this game.
Do you ever buy a game to play not on stream?
I have a couple like that. So it's like through the last quarter of this last 2021, given that I was like so gung-ho with work, and it's like sitting here at this desk, I do it for work, and then I have to sit here for like gaming stuff. Like, I just didn't feel like it, and I didn't feel like entertaining people, and I didn't feel like being like happy and chipper, and I just kind of wanted to sit and veg for a little bit. I'll go play in the living room. Animal Crossing is definitely huge for that. I did get some time on Animal Crossing yesterday, but it's not going to be an every weekend thing, you know. That's yes and no. I do. There's games that I play off stream. I don't know. I don't really like winging games on stream. I feel like it's just so unstructured.
I'm the exact opposite. I can't plan them out. If I plan them out, then it's like,
yeah, I don't do it.
It's like work for me.
Yeah,
so
same.
I don't do it.
If I have a plan for something, I literally am like, this is terrible. I hate this. I don't want to do it. But if I just sit down, I'm like, I don't know what we're doing today. Fantastic.
I find it funny. Reagan and I, we have a schedule for what games we're playing each day. We have not stuck to it all week.
Yep. That's why I stopped making a gaming schedule, because I'd be like, cool, I'm going to play Animal Crossing on Tuesday, and I'm going to do this on Thursday. And then it would get time, and I'd be like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that at all. I'm not doing that. A couple times I would try, and then I'd be like, chat, I'm so bored. Can we please change games? And everybody's like, yeah, we don't care. And I'm like, thank God. I'm literally dying over here.
I hate being bored on stream. It's I tend to gravitate, and it's like I tend to remind my streamer friends, like, you know, we're here for you. We're not here for the game that you're playing. So don't be afraid to switch things up a little bit. Like, one of my favorite streamers that introduced me to Noita stopped playing it because he was getting burned out on the game. I'm like, dude, I'm here to hang out with you. I love watching you play Noita and learning things, but if you're not having fun, I'm not having fun.
That's funny to me because we had like a weird thing happen where we stopped streaming Minecraft and we actually lost a lot of viewers from it.
Some games have like cult followings, I do find. Like Minecraft, also The Sims. Like, if you start out as a Sims only streamer, good luck ever switching to anything else. Like, have fun.
Yep.
Is there anything that I feel like we should tell ourselves messages for like ourselves next year at this time? We should like go around and everybody say a message to your future self.
That's hard.
That is a tough one.
Yeah, what would you tell you from a year from now?
I mean, I always kind of start those out with like, dude, I'm so proud of you.
I was going to say, that's the only thing I can think to say is like, wow, you did it. Good job.
You have come so far.
Whatever you did, good job.
I'm so proud of you, Steph.
Mine is similar, but it's more like, look at where we are now.
It's kind of fun to visualize where you could be and where you might be a year from now. If you think back to 2020 you and 2021 you, would they have been able to predict all that happened? Because there's no way I would have.
Never.
Yeah, no.
2020 Braylon is a completely different person.
You know, I saw a TikTok. Of course, it was a TikTok, but it's you as you grow and as you evolve as a person, you need to be okay with living as the new person that you've become. Like, so many people, like, they change and then they have like friends that knew them as the person that they were before, whether you lost a ton of weight or you completely changed your attitude or you got a new job or you're in a new industry, whatever the case is. You have to be comfortable with living that the person that you are now. You don't have to live in the shadow of your former self. Mm-hmm. That person no longer exists, and that's okay. And you can grow and evolve with friends too. Like, you go through different areas and sections and parts of your life. So it's like, all of my friends right now are having kids. I'm never going to go through that phase, so I can't really relate to them anymore. So it's like, yes, I still want to be your friend, but anything like past that where you want me involved in your child's life, I'm probably not going to do that, because it's just not where I am in my life. I explained that terribly, but be okay with who you are now. Yeah. And you have to remind people of that are reminding you of your former self. Like, no, this is who I am now. And if you don't like it, we don't have to be friends.
Yeah, I had to learn really a lot this year that I am not the same person I was before I went into my relationship, and that unfortunately, due to trauma and stuff, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm now this person. This person is, kind of cool, actually, now that we are growing and learning and about so many different things with mental health and stuff. And that's okay. That we're a different person.
I look at change as being something good and necessary. So I tend to not spend much time on who I was maybe a year ago or whatever. I only focus on who I am now, what my goals are now, and who I want in my life now instead of before, because it's okay. I mean, we all adapt.
See, I know Braylon said about what we would say to our future selves, but I just really wish I could talk to my past self from like this time last year and just say, like, things are gonna get so much better for you that you won't even like realize, and you deserve everything that is coming to you, even if you feel like you don't. It's okay. Everything is just okay.
Definitely.
It's important that you're happy with it. If you're not happy with who you are, change it.
Yeah. I think, like, I'm trying to think, like, this time last year, what I was doing. And I haven't really changed much. It's just, like, what has happened in this past year. Oh my god, I definitely could have never imagined what would have happened. So it's fun to see, like, where am I going to be at in this following year?
I think the one thing that I find so cool is that I keep getting stronger, and like I keep thinking to myself, like, there's no way that, sometimes be like, there's no way I could do that, or like whatever it is. But then I surprise myself, like looking back on the last year of all the things that I did do and how much stronger I got. And that, I don't know, it just like blows my mind how I go from being like, I can't handle this, to like, look at all the stuff you handled. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And you did it was in stride. Like,
I love it when people hit me with what if it all goes wrong? Dude, what if it all goes right?
I love asking positive what if questions. People only ever ask negative what ifs. And there's this whole book that's like, literally just only start asking yourself positive what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're in a situation, just ask yourself, what if the best thing ever happens, and what if it's so good that I don't even know what to, like, it is a game changer.
Always plan for the worst and hope for the best. That's my thing.
Yeah, backups to your backups if that's what you need to feel comfortable.
That's seriously something I do. I have so many backups.
I'm a big believer in that what you think about will come to you. And that's so important when it comes to, like, not just assuming things are going to go wrongly or things are going to go badly, because I swear if you sit around and you're like, this is going to go terribly, like, it is. And that's your own fault for sitting around and thinking that, because you're just putting that out there. You're putting all that energy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. 100%. What is it? Overthinking is manifestation from a different point of view.
Yes.
That one fucked me up when I saw that. I was like, excuse me? This is self-inflicted?
Yeah. Like my husband, when he plays Mario Kart, literally every single time he is in first place, he gets like multiple blue shells. I never get blue shelled. You know why? I don't ever think about it. I don't think about it once. The whole time he's in first, he's like, I'm going to get blue shelled. 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 I'm like, there you go.
I do that so much.
You attract what you think of.
I love our quotes. I'm obsessed with all of our little quotes.
I like how so many of them are like wrong, kind of, but like we just go with it. Like it's not the traditional euphemism that you normally would say. Like we've all like made our own weird version.
It's even better. Even better.
Like,
they're real.
It shows it's stuck in your brain in some way, and you've adapted it to yourself, or like you're going through your day and you've remembered this in some form.
It's like the ADHD curse of like remembering information but not remembering any of the details enough to like tell somebody else.
I feel like I'm like that all the time though. Someone will tell me something and I'll be like, look, you have to tell me where I can write it down really quickly, and I might ask you to repeat yourself about 3 times to get it completely how you said it, because I will forget.
Text it to them. I literally pull out my phone, and if I like something that I heard from someone, I text it to them. Or it's like, if I can't text it to them, I text it to my husband, and I'm like, just save this for later. And his text messages are always at the top anyway. What was another one I heard just recently? If you aim at nothing, you hit nothing. I get definitely overloaded, and prioritization is very, very hard for me. So it's like, I try to do everything, but you can't hit everything.
Shouldn't it be if you aim at everything, you hit nothing?
I think
it
both.
was from the Shang-Chi movie. That's where I heard it from.
Oh,
it's
nice.
a quote from there.
I think it works
like
both
that,
ways.
Though. If you aim at everything,
yeah, I think it
nothing,
works both ways.
Because like you just said, if you aim at everything, you're not gonna hit any of it.
I aim high and hope that I hit somewhere in the middle.
I like that. Shoot for the stars and you'll shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars.
Oh, I love that.
Are we just saying loads of quotes so you can write them down?
Come on, Allie. Come on. What are some of them that you like? What are some of our new mantras in 2022?
Oh, God.
You know, something I absolutely need to do, I need to get dry erase markers for my mirror in the bathroom. Like we have a giant mirror in our master bathroom. I want to start writing these things on the mirror.
Sticky
That's
notes.
such a good idea.
Allie,
They fall
right
though.
there.
And Butters drinks on the counter, so she like grabs them down. I've tried sticky notes. It doesn't. Cat.
I have a whiteboard that I literally write things on.
It's really smart.
What else have I done? 2021, I stopped. I did a lot of self-care in the last year, and I've been so mean to myself. And it's like now when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, cutie.
I love that. The evolution.
It's making me incredibly vain, but
There is.
Why shouldn't I like myself?
I think there's
You should.
nothing wrong with being vain. Like I think that they like made that word up so that women wouldn't feel too good about themselves or something. I don't know. That's my theory. Because you should be vain. You should literally think that you're the shit. You should be nice to other people, of course. Don't be cocky. There's a difference. But you should be vain.
I think as long as you're not putting down other people, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, because like if you're a man, you'd be confident.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so full of myself. Not afraid to admit it. I wish I could clone myself and be my own best friend. And I wish that everybody felt that way about themselves. Like I wish everybody loved themselves enough that they're like, do you know what I wish I could do? Have a second one of me, like, so that we could just be BFFs.
Oh no, that's why I want kids one day, is to have a little mini me. But I know it would be super annoying as well.
Yeah, because they're mixed with half of your spouse, who sometimes you love and sometimes you're like, oh.
Yep.
I think relationships that never have fighting, just weird. It's a weird.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Allie. What were you saying?
Oh, it's me.
Or Dana. I'm sorry.
Allie's like, no, it wasn't me. I was just saying, one of my New Year's resolutions is genuinely to work on my inner critic for sure. Like I've already been doing that this year, and I just want to keep going with that, because you know sometimes we forget and like shit happens, and I really think definitely working on my inner critic is something that's important to me, and I think should be important to all of us. You know?
Yeah. I think for me, like, learning to love myself was the biggest catalyst in my self-growth, because it made me care about myself enough to do the work, to do the hard stuff. And the first thing, it was loving myself. I was able to do so much more once I figured out, like, oh, you're actually pretty cool. You're dope. I like you.
I remember you talking about that on the last podcast. It's when you make a promise to yourself and you don't commit to it, that's a lack of self-respect. Yeah. Because when you tell anybody else that you're going to make a commitment and you're going to do it, you're coming in early on a Friday for work, your ass is there. It's because you have respect for that job and the person that asked you to come in on that day. Yeah. Have the self-respect to follow through on your own commitments to yourself. No one else is going to do it. Like, you are wholly and fully responsible for you. It's the only person you're actually responsible for.
There's this quote I like that's essentially says, nobody is coming to save you. Like, nobody is coming to make you feel better or to get you off your ass or to make you do the things. Like, when you become an adult, you no longer have a parent. Like, that is your job. You become the parent. And it sucks if you didn't have good parents to model how to do that for you, because then you have to learn how to do it. But you have to, or else you'll literally be like a grown child, which I'm sure we all know people who are like literal grown children.
That TikTok, it's like, where the fuck are their parents? Oh shit, it's me. I'm parents.
I saw that.
But you have to be your own parent.
Yes.
I definitely think as well, like, if someone was disrespectful to us, we would get annoyed by it. So like, why aren't we annoyed when we're disrespectful to ourselves? Like,
yes,
that's just okay, is it? No.
Also, if somebody was as rude to you as sometimes we are to ourselves, you literally probably would tell them off. So like, tell your inner voice off, give it a different name, tell it it's somebody else, and tell it to fuck off. Like, we don't do that here. We don't talk like that.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Also, like, it's okay if your inner voice is horrible to you sometimes when you're working on the inner critic, and you can just correct it. Like, that is 100% okay to just correct your inner voice. Like, don't think because you've been mean to yourself one time, like, oh, well, I've ruined it all now, you know, because that's more of your inner critic coming out, you know? You got to be like, no, we don't talk about ourselves like that. We are trying our best. We're doing the best that we can. And we are really, you know, a good person.
Exactly. You give everybody else every benefit of the doubt. No more of that shit in 2022. We are giving ourselves and affording ourselves all of the luxuries and breaks that we give to everybody else.
In the book I read,
treat them like you treat yourself. That should fix things.
In a book I read recently, it said that love is the most abundant currency in the world. It is literally infinite, love for yourself and love for others. So I like that. And in 2022, I'm just going to be loving more. Myself, others, everyone, because that's so true. And it's contagious and it makes people feel good. So work on loving yourself. Once you got that down, work on loving everyone around you.
Cannot poureth from an empty cup.
Yeah.
That's been really hard. Not to divert conversation, but like, you know that a close friend is going through a hard time. How do you like set that boundary? Because it's like you don't have the energy to constantly uplift everybody around you. Like, you know, you're down in like your shit too, but you know that they need help, but it's like I can't do both. I end up just shutting my phone off.
Yeah, that can just be as simple as a message saying, I love you and I really want to be there for you, but I don't have the capacity to support you right now. And I will get back in contact with you when my cup is more full. Like, that's all that it would take. And if they get mad at that, that's out of your control.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect anyone to get mad at it, but it's just like I would hate for them to feel like they truly have no other option. But it's like then I kind of go back to like
you have to be selfish.
Should not be exactly not a therapist.
Yeah,
see, I'm like the complete opposite. Like, so I'll message in the group chat saying, "Hey, I'm really struggling at the moment," and then my friends will also say, yeah, me too, I'm really struggling with this, and yeah, I'm really struggling with that. And on the one hand, I really love that we can all just like talk to each other and say when we're struggling. But on the other hand, I then like some part of me takes over where instead of like worrying about myself, I'm then like, oh, okay, instead of talking about me, let's focus on what, like, helping you with what you're struggling with, and let's talk about that and what you need from me and stuff like that. And I do struggle sometimes because it always seems to be like if I get to the point where I'm asking for help and then someone else is also asking for help, I just go into like mum mode and I'm helping them, and it just never kind of, once they're finished, it never kind of switches back, and I'm like, how do I work on this?
Ask for the things that you need? Because like my sister and her friend group are like the most emotionally mature, healed group of people that I've ever met in my life, and their text messages and the conversations that they have, they're like, just kind of formal, but so open about their boundaries, their needs, and like what they want. So with your friends, I would just be very straightforward. Like, this is the support I need from you right now. I need to talk to you about this. I would love to talk about your issues when we're done with this, but right now, this is the support. Like, just lay it out there. This is exactly what I need from you, friends, right now. This is what I'm struggling with. But give them the opportunity to say, I don't have the capacity to help you with that right now, or to even listen.
Yeah.
It's just, I think communication is so hard. I struggle with it so much as well. But the more just to the point and like lay it out on the table you can be, I think helps, because I think people don't read into nuances as much sometimes. And unless like you're straight up asking, like, I need this, I find people don't know how to support. They're like, then they maybe just end up talking about themselves. So yeah, that would be my advice. Lay it out there as clear as you can. I need your support, and this is what I need. And when we're done, we can talk about you.
Yeah, no, the other day when Cassie wasn't like had her like tail thing, and I was like really stressing about it, and I literally messaged my friends and I was like, I need a distraction right now. I need a distraction. And my friend was saying about how I think their brother-in-law or something had COVID, and I was like, this is not the distraction, because this is now me taking over and helping you and taking over. Instead of being like worried and asking for like a distraction, I'm now like working on helping you with your problem. It's like, this is not this is not a distraction.
I find as I do like more self-growth and I get to a point where I am able to more clearly communicate my needs and what I need for support and stuff, I end up losing friends who just aren't even on the same wavelength at all. Like, you just can't even have a conversation almost, because like you said, it just keeps coming back to them, or they just don't understand because they haven't gone through that self-growth process themselves yet. That's a poopy part of self-growth, is that some friends that you have become what I call like surface friends. And it's like, we don't ever get into anything deep. Our conversations are not meaningful. They're just like a source of entertainment almost. And I would never go to them for support because they just don't know how to offer it.
I think I definitely would maybe talk to them and just say, hey, when I say I want a distraction, I mean like not helping you with a problem. I mean, like,
let's watch a movie.
Nice. Like when I distract people, I'm like, hey, look at this new Build-A-Bear thing, or like, did you see in the news there's new Harry Potter thing? You know, like something nice. I might just say like, hey, this is not what I need from you. I need happy things. I'm like literally worrying about my cat right now. I don't need to worry about COVID too.
Oh jeez.
Oh god.
Oh jeez. 2022 is going to be a good year, and it's going to be a good year because it doesn't have a fucking choice.
I really don't like labeling a whole year as good or bad. Like, I can't physically do that. Like, I know for a fact there's going to be awful, terrible atrocities that happen in 2022, but I also know for a fact there's going to be beautiful, amazing, lovely things that happen. So for me, it's like, it's all going to be like this. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be highs and lows, and I'm just going to ride it out. That's
all you can do.
Yep.
On the flip side, I'm going to make this year my bitch.
You can also do that.
I love that, though.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's fair to say as well. You're gonna take it in stride.
Definitely.
And with grace. With beauty and with grace.
Manifest that shit.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Does anybody else have any closing remarks or any last resolutions or anything they are leaving in 2021 that they want to say before we close off?
It's just caring a lot less about what people think. I know that I'm not racist. I know that I'm not hateful. I know that I have a lot to bring to the table. And you're not going to jive with everybody. Your personality is not a puzzle piece fit with every other person on this world, and that's okay. It's just worry more about what you think about yourself and how you feel good about what you're putting out into the world, whether that be content, work, friendships, setting boundaries, and go with it. It's your opinion matters the most.
I love that. I hate societal norms, and I'm a firm believer that we should just get rid of all of them. And I think that they make everybody miserable. So I love that. And who cares what people think?
I agree.
I am really curious to know how everyone was faking it today.
Oh.
Well, this week, these 2 weeks that have passed. I guess 4 weeks, actually. Let's include Christmas and everything.
It's been a whole last month.
I've actually been
just been keeping my head down.
I've been doing pretty decent the past month mentally. Surprisingly. All things considered.
It was a pretty normal month for me, I gotta say. I got a lot of things that queued up for the new year. I feel like I always miss the mark where it's like, oh, you wanted to start this on this day, on this year, yada, yada, yada. And I kind of got over that the last quarter of 2021, where it's like, it doesn't have to be January 1st of 2022 for you to start the thing that you were going to do. Start it when you think about it, and then you've already developed the routine for it. And then like going into the new year, everything's like wonderful. So it's just new ways and recognizing when things aren't working and being able to change it. I guess that's how I've faked it. It's pretending that I know what I'm doing when I'm completely fucking lost and winging it.
I swear, I think we all do that.
Well, it's gonna
figure it out as we go.
Nobody knows
if
what
I don't
they're
know,
doing.
we'll learn together.
Definitely.
My month was just way too busy to really take a step back and to think about, because I was constantly busy or gone. So I'm looking forward to chilling and getting back to my normal routines that I have. So I guess I don't really know how to put that into a faking it term.
Yeah, I definitely think I was faking it with like all the social interactions I've had recently, like just especially like Christmas and stuff. It's a lot of time spent with people that like I don't spend that much time with, like, and it's nothing against them, but they're all very like loud people that like take a lot of like energy from me just to like spend time with them, which I feel bad saying because like I love them all so much, but I'm a very introverted person. I like some downtime at some point, and a lot of time there isn't that downtime. So definitely faking it and trying to just like enjoy the time and not like just be like, hey, can everyone just like piss off, please? For sure.
Taking the time for yourself. I love it. Well, that's about it. That's about all I got.
Ali, did you fake it this week or like months?
I honestly cannot think. I feel like it has been so busy that I've not even like stopped to even think or just
Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, that is also like important to like realize, like, when we have been so busy that we haven't had a chance to even take out any time for ourselves.
Yeah. So Ali, take time for yourself is what we're saying.
Do it.
Selfish,
but that goes for all of us.
Yeah,
I think we all should
be very selfish about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be, because everybody else is going to be selfish about their like wanting what they want. So if you aren't selfish yourself, you're just going to get sucked into everyone else's what they want from you.
100%.
I apologize if you guys can hear my husband screaming in the background. He's playing Halo, and I think he just shat on some kids, and he's very excited about it. So on that note, thank you guys so much for listening in. We hope you found some benefit in today's episode. Reflections and resolutions are something that we come across every year. Definitely check out our new website, wajfipodcast.com, and join us on Discord. We have tons of resources mentioned in each episode. Find your people, come co-work, plenty to do in the Discord. Our next episode topic will be managing relationships and finding your people. So very much in sync with what we have going on already. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms and stay tuned for episode airing dates. We're on a pretty good schedule at this point, but life happens. So try to make it work when we can. See you next time, guys.